robots can teach themselves. Lipson wanted to know if these legs could work out how to walk on their own. Lo and behold, after a few days, the robot had taken its first steps and achieved the goal. So Lipson removed one of the legs to see if it could relearn to walk with just 3. It worked. Flushed with success, the team got the clever robot ready for a formal demonstration. They started tracking how it was using its neural network to learn and discovered something unexpected. The robot had taught itself how to read their faces. It had realized that observer feedback was relevant data and had decided to harvest it. Indeed, it had repurposed a neuron just for that task. As humans, we can see why this was a smart choice, because we have all stood around cheering on a toddler, and our feedback helps them learn how to walk too. Before this happened, we had thought that robots would not be able to develop what looks a lot like spontaneous self-awareness, or at least not for years to come, until we finally developed artificial general intelligence and a superintelligent brain of such staggering complexity that consciousness would naturally emerge. But Lipson's robot is quite basic. Were we wrong? Yes and no. I think we were wrong to think that this kind of self-awareness is just a property of the living. Logically, it must kick in whenever in its evolution an entity needs it to, in order to promote learning and progress. But self-awareness is still different from consciousness, and consciousness in turn is distinct from soul. And because these distinctions are very important, it is worth exploring how they relate. But first, how far has artificial intelligence, AI, already got in replacing us with robots? Robots. AI and robotics are often interchangeable in the public imagination, because AI is often depicted as embodied in robots or androids. We've been tinkering with robots for centuries. According to Hesiod, even the ancient Greek god Hephaestus created automata, notably a giant bronze man called Talos, who protected the island of Crete by marching around the island 3 times a day, hurling boulders at enemy ships. Clockwork powered a trend for automata in the European courts of the late Renaissance, and the Victorian enthusiasm for mechanical marvels is now forever celebrated in the SF subgenre steampunk. Myths about bringing things to life recur throughout history. Pygmalion statue in Ovid's Metamorphoses, the puppet Pinocchio becoming a real boy thanks to the blue fairy, and even Frankenstein's monster. Gods, fairies, or scientists are usually involved in these animations or resurrections, and they do not always end well. Robotics in general has become a vital part of many manufacturing processes, and we are used to seeing pictures of machines making other machines. We are used to seeing robotics increasingly deployed in surgery. Many of these are sophisticated but essentially mechanical extensions of the physical capacities of the operator, although they are increasingly being programmed to think as well. Many robots are now programmed to work autonomously, and some are also deliberately designed to look humanoid, as well as to use cognitive algorithms. We are increasingly seeing these kinds of robots being used as companions for the elderly in countries like Japan. An uncomfortable milestone was reached in October 2017, when the Saudi Arabian state awarded citizenship to the humanoid social robot Sophia. Inventing AI. How did we get here? Imagine you are tasked with inventing AI. To start with, you need to accomplish 3 foundational intellectual leaps. The first pivotal step is to conceive of thought as a process, and not simply as a spontaneous phenomenon of some mysterious and nebulous kind. We owe this innovation to Thomas Hobbes. In his 1651 Leviathan, he starts his famous work of political economy off with his account of human nature. Based on his view of the body as a machine, he introduces the concept of trains of thought and the idea of rationality.